And welcome in for another edition of the PH Factor here from Project Home. As we often do, we get to talk to other groups that work alongside us and with us and trying to assist people that are trying to sustain their homes, trying to be in homes, a lot of times the first time owners of homes. And so the group we get to talk with today and learn more about is the Homebuyers Roundtable of Dane County. And here are the kind of work they're doing. So we welcome in a trio today, which is pretty exciting. We don't often have a trio on the PH Factor, but it's pretty cool today to have that. We do have Laura, we have Anne, and Julian all here. We're going to start off with Laura. Laura, what is the Homebuyers Roundtable? Tell people.
Yeah, so I think I might even just start by reading our mission statement. We have monthly meetings for the group, and we always read our mission statement at the top of it. So many of us have heard this mission statement for years, but some people don't know what we're about. So I'll go ahead and read it, and I think that'll tell a lot about who we are. The Homebuyers Roundtable of Dane County is a collaboration of housing industry representatives that promote home ownership through education and counseling to low and moderate income families. We believe home ownership will increase family stability and financial security, stabilize and strengthen communities and neighborhoods, generate jobs, and stimulate economic growth. So kind of a mouthful, but we're a group of housing industry representatives. We are lenders, realtors, we are nonprofit agencies, state agencies, home inspectors, home insurance agents. Anybody involved in housing. We're a really good group of people who care a lot about affordable housing. And we get together once a month to learn as a group collectively about something going on in the industry so we can be better at what we do and help our home buyers. And then we put on monthly education classes that are free to first-time buyers. Right now it's online. We were talking about that before we started the podcast. I don't know what 2022 is going to bring. Hopefully we'll get back to in-person, but we're just not there quite yet. So 1 month at a time.
That's Laura Stanfield with Wintrust Mortgage and one of the active members of the Homebuyers Roundtable. We do have Anne and Julian to talk with as well. And Laura just mentioned the educational component of Homebuyers Roundtable and how big of an emphasis that is. Talk to us a little bit about why that's so important at this time for homeowners to be educated when they're getting into this thing about buying a house.
As Laura mentioned, we offer free education to home buyers. Typically, they're first-time home buyers, and oftentimes in low to moderate income levels. This education is really important for two reasons. It helps home buyers to get prepared for the process. And in our local market, this process has been tough for home buyers. So it helps them to learn from a lender, a real estate agent, other people within the process. It also allows them to go through a training that's HUD certified that will meet the qualifications for receiving down payment assistance.
And Julian, as we want to bring you in the mix too, Julian Walters here, a real estate agent, also with the Urban League. As an agent, Julian, what kind of benefits do you see the group bringing to first-time home buyers, but also just in general homeowners with some of the education pieces that you guys do?
As a real estate agent, I think that is very informative and very beneficial because a lot of the people out here, don't know that it exists. So we are doing a better job and putting an emphasis on getting the word out that this platform is here and ready to provide assistance. But a lot of people in Dane County can benefit from things like down payment assistance and the other resources that are out here to help them realize their dream of becoming a homeowner. And as a real estate agent, that information, having that resource at my disposal is like, and it's super valuable because I'm able to help more people on different spectrums and different scales of, income and regards to where they are in the process of buying a home.
And Laura, you've been with the Homebuyers Roundtable for quite some time. Why have you been involved so long? What does it mean to you?
Yeah. I don't know how long, maybe 17 years, something like that.
I didn't want to age you, Laura. I never do that. Never try to age
I appreciate
people.
that. It's a passion. It really is. I don't really know if I like the word labor, but labor of love comes to mind. Education has just always been my passion, and doing what we do, all of us, it's really all centered on education, whether you're, a realtor doing what you do, Jason, doing what I do, it's all about education. So, and that's truly what the Home Buyers Roundtable is about. It's about educating home buyers. It's just really gratifying to know that you can help people realize their dreams, like Julian was talking about. There's a lot of people out there that either because of where they came from, their families, who knows what, but they don't know that it's possible to own a home. And what a cool thing is that, to help people own a home, raise families, create memories. So that's really what it's about for me. It's just a passion for helping people.
Let's go back to Anne. Tell us a little bit about some of the different areas of education that HBRT tries to give homeowners.
What we're really trying to do is to help homeowners to know, future homeowners to know what to expect and how to best prepare for the process. So we're talking through what should they be thinking about, what should be important in their first home, and how do we set up a search criteria to find that home. And then we go all the way through the fact that when we get ready to submit an offer, that's a legal contract, and what are the ramifications for being in a contract, and how do we get through that process to satisfy contingencies and make sure that the house is in good condition for that homeowner, and that they're in a good spot financially in order to purchase that home. So we go through the whole process, talk about what to expect, and talk about what are some of the pitfalls and ways that they can prepare for buying that home.
And Julian, as you have worked with customers and clients and people that have gone through some of the classes and some of the education that's offered, what kind of things have they said to you or commented to you? Did they say how much that made them feel more comfortable with getting into their first home purchase, or feeling like they felt better about it?
Yeah, for sure. Some of the educational classes and things like that is just a huge difference from when you go from renting to owning. A lot of the responsibilities, the maintenance, just the general upkeep, those things being highlighted in some of those educational courses are things that people kind of highlight initially. Just things as simple as homeowners insurance and what's covered versus warranties and things like that. What the difference is in how to protect your asset are things that people are learning and are expressing to me as things that they didn't know or weren't very well versed on before. So it's a multitude of things outside of just being aware of the actual courses being offered. But I think it's cool to actually have those conversations with them after they've gone through some of the courses or after they bought their home and applied the practice to actual real life situations, because it shows that it's working and it shows that how beneficial it can be. And the more that we can push this wonderful group and collective of people and these resources that are offered, the more people can be, can patronize it and benefit from them.
And Laura, I know before you mentioned another key part of education is for knowing the resources that are out there too. And we talked about financial assistance for first-time home buyers. Can you tell people a little bit about how the group has really taken an approach to bring that, put a lot of light on that, so people are aware, hey, these are resources that are out there to help you become a homeowner?
Yeah, so we educate actually within our group and first-time buyers about those programs, because we're really the ones that can share the knowledge about what might be possible for these buyers. So we put on an annual lender training so that lenders are up to speed about what programs are out there, how much money buyers might be able to get, and so that they know how to use the programs, how to advise clients. We put on an annual down payment assistance training for realtors as well, so that they can talk with their buyers. So maybe they're coming across situations where people want to buy, but they don't have the down payment, or considering the market we've been in the last 2 years, it's been really challenging and prices have increased. And so in a lot of cases, the down payment assistance programs might actually allow people to bump into a little bit higher price range, or maybe buy a home that doesn't need quite as much work. So, I mean, it depends on the buyer, but they could get maybe anywhere from 5 to 10,000 up into the $40,000 range. So there's quite a bit of down payment assistance money that could be available, and that really could be, Julian and Ann, you can talk about that more, but maybe like two price ranges. If we're talking about 20,000, that's a big amount of money if they could get 40,000. So we're educating lenders, we're educating realtors specifically for their own training once a year. And then in the programs, the monthly education classes that we offer, we're teaching potential home buyers about programs that they can educate themselves too and learn something about. And we want our website to be a good resource as well. There's a tool out there that they can use and just kind of plug in their annual income, their household size, where they want to buy, and it'll give them kind of a summary of the programs that they might qualify for.
Yeah, like I said, it's been a challenging market for buyers. And so, if buyers are prepared, they know what they need to do in order to jump on an opportunity as soon as possible. That's really crucial. So having gone through some education, working with lenders and agents that know the products and can help guide that home buyer through the process is really important.
Julian, you've been with the group a bit too, and you talked about some of the benefits before for potential home buyers, also for real estate agents. We've covered that. What do you think it means to a first-time homeowner that hasn't had this ability to even own a house or maybe call a place really home yet? What do you think it means to them to have this opportunity, to have a group like this that helps them get to that point where they can have their first home?
What I believe to them it means, and I've been told it just means it's a game changer, right? It's more comfortable. You have professionals who are willing to walk you through each step, people who are professionals at each step, right? It's not just a real estate agent that you're working with in this group, but you have lenders, and you have people who do insurance and all types of things. So it's comfortable, but it also provides a sense of confidence, because now you're walking into this realm, this area that you have no prior experience to, but you're walking through it with people who do have the experience and people who do this every day for a living. So if I had to say a word, I would say confidence, because now something that's that seems so far off, or something that's so intimidating, with the purchase of a home being the largest purchase that a lot of people are going to make. Now you have these people who are kind of taking the pressure off and letting you know that not only is it possible, but it's possible with assistance, and that people are here to help you, and they're here because they want to help you, not because they have to. So all of those things considered, I think the confidence that it provides, that later leads to that gratifying feeling of closing on it, are kind of words that I would say to sum up the feeling that people get when they go through these, use these resources and eventually buy a home.
Something Julian said made me think of a cute story. I was sitting at the closing table with a lady recently who took advantage of two. It's by the area, that people buy in. So she got some down payment assistance, but in the end, when she was done signing, and then it was like kind of a deep breath, she took a deep breath. There's a big sigh, and she's like, "I'm a homeowner." Like, it was a revelation for her, like a realization. I actually just bought a home, and she didn't really think she ever could. So that's the fun stuff, right? Guys sitting at the closing table, and you're like, wow. Like Julian said, it's a game changer for people. It changed her life, you could tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm actually working with some people so that when people sign, that we have like this automated system that like releases streamers and all that stuff. So it's like a big party.
Love it.
But that would be cool. That's how people feel, though.
It is. It's fun.
And it should be. I mean, we get to hear the stories all the time about how people will say, how owning a home can impact their children, and now they're able to get a dog, and now they're cooking healthier meals, and I mean, it's so much more than just owning a home. It's all of the things that come with it.
It is. I don't have the statistics. I wish I did, but I know they're out there about kids doing better in school when they live in a home that they own. And I think it just goes along with the feeling of accomplishment, like we did this and what can we do next together? And yeah, there's a lot of good that comes out of it in multiple ways.
There's pride in that purchase. There's pride in owning a home, calling yourself a homeowner, having your own space. And then in addition to that, taking care of it, maintaining it.
Yeah.
So Laura, I know the last year has been, plus has been challenging, right? To continue on with the education. You guys have adapted though. So right now, how are you helping to serve, get education out to people? And then at least early 2022, what do you expect that to look like?
So far this year, we've been online. So we didn't really know what to do, just like everybody when COVID first hit. Oh my gosh, what do we do? So we always met in person. Everything we did was in person, but there's good that can come out of everything, including this. And we just figured that we can keep going with education online. So we partnered with an agency, Housing Resources, Inc., and we've been putting on the monthly education classes online for people so that they can still learn from all the industry professionals. They can still gain the HUD certified education that Ann mentioned, and then they can get their certificate to qualify for down payment assistance. So we've been keeping on with that online, and I think that's going to have to be our plan, at least for the next, I don't know, couple months, for sure through the end of the year, we decided, but it might be January, February. We just don't know how it's going to go. So we're taking it 1 month at a time, but what we know is that we're going to keep going. We're going to keep educating. So every month we're going to have an online education class.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's important to note too that the classes, although they're online now, they're still interactive. So it's not a recorded webinar. We
Right.
still have the ability for people to ask questions and to get clarification about things. So we still have all of our presenters presenting live.
Yeah, it's still putting a face with a name and having a local presence, a local contact. And like Ann said, I think there's a lot. You can go online and take any kind of test education. And I'm not sure how much you learn from that. I think you learn a lot more when there is interaction and there's other people asking questions that you didn't think to ask. So that's a good point. And it's not like any other education class because there's the people involved in the human interaction.
And to find classes, just remind people, easiest way to find classes, qualify for classes, where do they go? What should they do?
Go to our website. So homebuyersroundtable.org, go there. And then there's a calendar actually of events, and they'll see the next class that's coming up. So you can click right on that and it takes you through the registration process. And then you just get it on your calendar and show up and learn.
Anything else you guys want to cover?
For anybody out there that's in the housing world, we would invite you to the Homebuyers Roundtable. Come join us, check us out. Everybody within, we've had people that have been around forever, me, and people who are kind of new, but we're always still learning, and we bring in somebody new every month to learn from. So we're always in learning mode at the Homebuyers Roundtable, and we're all a good group of people who are passionate, not just me. Everybody involved in the roundtable is very passionate about education and homebuyer readiness, preparedness. So I would just say, join us, check us out. If you're a housing professional, if you're a homebuyer or know of a homebuyer that wants to learn about it, go to our website and sign up. There's a lot of good resources out there. So we want to share them.
And remember, once you get the house and you're in there, check out Project Home for resources on how to maintain it, how to keep it up, and how to take care of that big purchase you just made. So thank you all for your time. And Laura, Julian, appreciate everything you do with the Homebuyers Roundtable for people in our community. And we appreciate your time today. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Jason.
We will be back in the new year with another edition of the PH Factor. Signing off.